האילנות נסתלקה בוא ונצא לקראת שבת המלכה הנה היא יורדת הקדושה ברוכה ועמה מלאכים צבא שלום ומנוחה בואי בואי המלכה בואי בואי הכלה שלום עליכם מלאכי השלום.
Malachei HaShalom, the angels of peace, Malachei HaSharet, the angels that accompany us from the home to the synagogue back to the home. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, page 13b.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei
Service of welcoming the Shabbat, Kabbalat Shabbat, is a service of Shira v'Zimra, a service of song and celebration, page 24. Come, let us sing to the Lord. L'chu neranana l'Adonai.
L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena, l'chu neranena l'Adonai. L'chu neranena, l'chu neranena.
Sheinu bismirot nariano
lechu neranena
lechu neranena
lechu neranena lechu neranena
lechu neranena lechu neranena. Let the heavens rejoice, the earth be glad, let the sea and all within it roar praise. Yismechu Hashemayim, 4 lines on the bottom, 26.
Yismechu Hashemayim,
Hashemayim,
Yismechu Hashemayim,
Hashemayim,
Yismechu Hashemayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashemayim,
Hashemayim,
Yismechu Hashemayim,
Hashemayim,
Yismechu Hashemayim, v'tagel haaretz. Iramayam, 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 Ulam, Iramayam, 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 Ulam.
Praise the Lord with the harp, and the voice of song. Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, page 30, in the middle of the page in Hebrew, transliterated below.
Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor vekol zimra, Tzotzrot vekol shofar. Aliu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Zamru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor vekol zimra, Tzotzrot vekol shofar. Aliu lifnei hamelech Adonai, Hiram hayam uvlo, tevel veyoshvei ba, neharot imcha ochav yachad, oim yeranenu lifnei Adonai giba, lishmot haaretz, yishmot
Tzedek,
Yamim Meishanim, Hiram hayam uvlo, tevel veyoshvei ba, neharot imcha ochav yachad, oim yeranenu.
Exalt the Lord our God, worship at God's holy mountain in Yerushalayim. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu, 2 lines at the bottom, page 32.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
Give glory to the Lord on high, whose power we proclaim. Heavenly beings, sanctify the glory of God's name. Page 36, we rise. Mizmor LeDavid.
מזמור לדוד. אבו לאדוני בני אלים, אבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, אבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש. כל אדוני על הבאים, אל הכבוד ירים, אדוני על המים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים וישבר, אדוני את ארצי לבנון ויקידם כמו עגן, לבנון וציון כמו ברעים. כל אדוני חושף לבוטש, כל אדוני יכיל מדבר, יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול אל הידות ויחשוף יערות ובחלום בכבוד. אדוני למבול ישב וישב, אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו
ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
לי, 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 לי.
די, 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 די. To greet Shabbat, now let us go, source of blessing, it has ever been so. Conceived before life on earth began, last in God's work, but first in God's plan. Lecha Dodi, page 40, may be seated. Pene Shabbat lekabela.
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. מקדש המלך עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך אפיך, קומי צאי מתוך אפיך. רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך אמרה, לך דודי לקראת כלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי. על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי,
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באור
Adonai Elohayich Lecha Lecha Dodi
לקראת
Kala Penei Penei
שבת נקבלה
Nekabla
לך דודי לקראת
לקראת
קלה
קלה Penei Penei Shabbat Nekabla
קבלה לא תבושי
Lo tevoshi velo tikalmi Ma tishtochachi u'ma hatehemi Bachichesu aniyei ami V'nivneta ir al tilalala Lecha lecha dodi Likrat kala V'nei penei Shabbat nekabela
לך
Dodi Likrat kala
בני בני שבת נקבלה
Vahayu
יולי משיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבנייך יסיס עלייך אלוהיך
Kimsos chatan al kala la 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 la
לך לך דודי לקראת קלה בני בני שבת נקבלה
Nekabla
דודי לקראת קלה בני בני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל
Yamin usmol tifrotzim V'et Adonai taritzim Ha'yad ish ben partzim V'nismecha v'nagila la 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 Lecha lecha dodi
לקראת קלה בני בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני בני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה נה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה בני בני שבת נקבלה
לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Come now, Shabbat, the day divine. Come enjoy, let your brightness shine. Come to the people which greet you with pride. Come in peace, Shabbat bride. May be seated, the psalm dedicated to the Sabbath day. Mizmor Shir, the Yom HaShabbat is good. The thank you, O Lord. Sing praises to your name. Page 44.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון
להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות
עלי אסור ועלי נבל עלי היגיון וכינור מזמור שיר
ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון ולזמר לשמך עליון
כי שימחתני אדוני בפועליך במעשה ידיך רנן
מגדו מעשיך אדוני מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך מזמור שיר
ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון
ולזמר לשמך עליון
Shenuvun Be'sevad Shenim Verananim Yiyu Le'agid
Yashar Adonai
Tsuri, 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 tsuri.
Velo Tsuri, tsuri, tsuri,
Tsuri.
Velo Adonai malach Ehud lavesh Adonai Ozit Azar Aftikon Tevel Valedimot Aftikon Tevel Valedimot Nachon ki zachar me'az Ve'olam ata Nasehu neharot Adonai Nasehu neharot konam Yisehu neharot Ochiam Mikolot Mahim Rabim Adirim Bishbereyam Adir B'marom Adonai
Adir b'marom Adonai.
עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נבוא הקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים, אדוני לאורך ימים, מקורות מים רבים, אדירים בשניהם, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום
The evening service of Mara service begins with the call to worship. These ancient words, now enshrined in our worship, stir our souls anew and invite us again to add our voices to those which echo across time. We rise now for the official beginning of the evening service of Shabbat with the Baruch Hu.
Na 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 na
המבורך לעולם ועד.
Video אלוהינו לעולם ועד. לי 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 לי
There are two paragraphs that precede the Shema. The first is the creation of the world, evening, morning. The second is a special relationship God has with the people of Israel. His love for the people of Israel expressed through the gift of Torah and mitzvot, which is exactly what we'll be celebrating tomorrow night as Shavuos begins, the gift of the Torah, the Ten Commandments and mitzvot. It leads into the Shema, so I'd like to ask three of the B'nai Mitzvah who are celebrating or have celebrated becoming Bar Mitzvah just within this last few weeks and the week to come, Julian Steinberg and Ben Lumer and Franco Rochman, to please join Evelyn so that you'll be there to lead in the Shema and the V'ahavta. Ahavat Olam on page 60.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו,
ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו,
בהם נגה
יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
Page 72, the first paragraph, V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, ושרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue silently with the second and third paragraphs on pages 80 through 83.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
When the children of Israel beheld your might, they gave thanks to you and praised your name. They accepted your sovereignty willingly, sang this song to you. Moses and the children of Israel proclaimed in great exultation the song of the sea, in the middle of page 86.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות, אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה.
מלכותך רוב עליך, וקיים לפני משה זלי, עלו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. לה 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 לה.
חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
And so many express this prayer on a daily basis in hope for peace, asking God to allow us to lie down in peace and to waken us to life on the morrow. Always be guided by your good counsel, finding shelter in the tent of peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, page 90.
שלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ותגננו בעצה טובה מלפניך. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים, אמן. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלום
Al Yerushalayim. Amen. The people of Israel shall observe the Shabbat, maintaining it throughout the generations as an everlasting covenant, a sign between God and the people of Israel for all time. We rise for the declaration of the Shabbat found in the book of Shemot, book of Exodus, on page 96. Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת שבת ויהי נפש ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי
Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ילמד יברך חירותך וימליך מלכותך.
לך יכונו ביומכם ובקיים את כל בית ישראל.
Hagala, Hagala, ובזמן קריב. אמן. רבם מבורך, לעולם לעולם המיה, יתברך
וישתבח, ויתפעל ויתרומם ויתנשא. שמד קודשה
בריחו
לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה
תוש בחתה נחמתה
דמירן בעלמה וימרו אמן נאי 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 אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד
Amidah, the silent devotion for Shabbat, is found on page 110 through 118. Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה
שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה
שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם.
May be seated. The heavens and the earth and all that within them were finished. By the seventh day, God had completed the work of creation. So God rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day, sanctified it, because on it God ceased all the divine work of creation.
מגן אבות בדברו, מחיים עדים במאמרו, האל הקדוש אין כמוהו, המניח לעמו, ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעמוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, בין הברכות אל ההודעות, אדון השלום, מקדש השבת מברך שבי, ומניח בקדושה לעם מדושני יונג, זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית. ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת. ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת. ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת. ותאר ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה.
אמן.
יעמדי ברכילותך וימליך מלכותך בחייכון ובכל ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן הקריב וימרו. אמן. יהיה שמך רבה מבורך.
לעולם וימיה יתברך.
בתורה מתנשא ויתנא ותעלה ותעלה לשמי קודשה. בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושילת תושבחתה ונחמתה דם רבנו וימרו.
אמן.
אמן. יתקבל צאתון ואתון לכל ישראל כמה משמע וימרו.
אמן.
אמן. יש שלום משמע וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו.
אמן.
עושה
שלום ממרומה, הוא יעשה
שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. The Kiddush is found on page 142. We want to invite up again our B'nai Mitzvah, Julian, Ben, and Franco, and bring your family with you up to lead us in the Kiddush, which is found on page 142. We have a cup. I don't know if it's wine or grape juice. We'll find that out soon for each one. Please rise. Ready? Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech
haolam,
borei peri
hagafen. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki mikol ha'olamim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu ata Adonai mekadesh Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
חיים, מה זה טוב?
May be seated. So Julian was this past week, Ben is next week, and Franco was 2 weeks ago. We've had a lot of celebration, a lot of smachot during this month of May, the entire year. We've had so many wonderful, joyous occasions. And talking about celebrations, we of course reached that time of the year where we have graduations. Wow, 2 years ago, I remember the graduation was, we got in cars, and the kids, the graduates, came out of their houses, right, with a sign pretty much, which school they were going to, and we had a caravan of cars. I mean, it was a big caravan, blocks of it, we took up blocks, and we drove by their house and was singing to them Mazel Tov. That was 2 years ago. That's the best we could do. Obviously, thank goodness, it's starting to improve, and we're able to welcome. The graduations have taken place. I've been to a whole bunch of graduations. My grandchildren were graduating all sorts of grades, so they were beautiful. people were together, singing, celebrating. So it's a wonderful, wonderful sign. And at the end of the year, we also have certain acknowledgments. I want to call forward our youth director and camp director, Jenny, who has a very special presentation to ask Marshall to join, because the presentation was established by Rochelle and Marshall Boltuk in memory of their daughter, Eliza.
Okay. Good Shabbos, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and Mazel Tov to all of our graduates. At this time, I have the great privilege of presenting an award that is especially near and dear to my heart. As many of you know, I was a USYer here at Beth Torah, and there is one person in particular who played a huge part in my USY story. Her name was Eliza Baltuk, and she was one of my best friends. In fact, she is a big reason why I am who I am today. When I walked in to the 3rd floor of the Steiner Education Complex, she welcomed me with a big smile and instantly made me feel that I was at home. I came to learn quickly that I was not special. That's just the way she was. She was a warm and kind smile when you walked into a room, and she was a big hug just when you needed it. She was the epitome of what a USYer is. She always included everyone and made sure that nobody felt left out. There was no task too small or too big. She took on challenges no matter what and always came through. I've said in the past, and I will surely say it again in the future, that she was the kind of person that every successful USY chapter should have. Several years ago, Eliza passed away. As I heard that news, I couldn't help but think about the indelible mark that she made on BTBRC USY, and that I wanted to find a way to continue her legacy. After many hours of thought and discussion with family and with the rabbis, we decided to create the Eliza Baltuk Winslow Memorial Award to be given out annually to a USYer that embodied the same qualities that Eliza possessed. Someone who is kind and giving, someone who sees the bigger picture and understands that this is their opportunity to impact so many others. This year's recipient is someone who has given back so much, not only to our USY chapter, but to Beth Torah as a whole. She served as a USY president for 2 years and also played an active role in important synagogue committees. As an extremely talented artist, she's volunteered to create our annual chapter t-shirts and board sweatshirts, and in addition has served as the decorations chair for regional convention and as a member of the Hanegev Regional General Board. It is with a heavy heart, but with much pride, that I award the Eliza Baltuk Winslow Memorial Award to Zoe Goldenberg for exemplifying what USY is all about and what a USYer should be. This is for you. Thank you. And it is a little tradition that we have as a chapter that when we send our graduating seniors off to college, we give them each a Havdalah set, that is personalized to our chapter so that they remember and they know that wherever they go on the journey of life, that they are always taking a piece of Beth Torah and of their USY memories with them. And we hope that they will continue to carry that along with them and remember that this is always your home and you always have a place here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Marshall. Zoe has always been here. I think she was born here. I can't remember really thinking back not to seeing Zoe here involved, running. Okay, so the red hair, you can't miss her. But she's always been involved, always committed, always helping, always willing to volunteer. So I think this is just the perfect candidate to win this award, who's such a reflection of who Eliza was and what she was. She was a real Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor, and her devotion, her kindness is reflected in you, Zoe. So we're very, very happy to see you receive this award, and this recognition. So we have other graduates here. I'm going to just kind of address a few words for them before we bring them up to acknowledge them and wish them and parents a mazel tov on an incredibly important milestone. Now, I know some of you are nervous because they're going to be, some of them, they're going away, right? They're leaving. Okay. Don't worry, they come back. I can assure you. In some form or fashion, they come back. So you miss them for a little bit, but they'll be back. So this week's Torah reading gives us some instruction that can help us understand the significance of this moment of graduation. It's the book of Numbers. We're beginning the book of Bamidbar. So Numbers is the English name because there's a lot of counting. But the Hebrew name is Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness. So this is the story of the Jewish people in the wilderness. And when they left Mount Sinai and went into the wilderness, they created an encampment, right? They have to encamp in the wilderness. There were 12 tribes, so the encampment was set up with 3 tribes, 3 tribes, 3 tribes, and 3 tribes. It was, in effect, a military encampment to protect the people. And in the middle of the encampment was what we call the Aron Kodesh, but in those days was the tabernacle, which had in it the 10 Commandments. Now, in the beginning of the Torah reading, we're told this about how this encampment was set up with the 12 different tribes. And the children of Israel did all that the Lord had commanded Moses. They encamped by their banners. And so they journeyed, each person with their family, according to the banner of their father's house. A banner, it's a degel. It's a flag. Each tribe had a banner, a flag, that represented something unique and special about that tribe. It's somewhat reflected in the windows, the 12 tribe windows that are in our dome, and also pictured outside. So they encamped by their banners. Each tribe had a special banner and a special position in this camp. When you think about it, it's the same thing with military, right? It was military encampment. Every military corps, whether it be the Army, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, whatever it might be, they have their own banner. And it denotes the special task that they perform. Each of us, each person, each of these graduates has his or her own banner and special task. And the trick is to figure out what it is. The worst possible thing is when a person exists in this world without purpose or mission and just has no idea what he or she is living for what purpose he or she was born into this world. Graduating, going off to study, different universities, different colleges, different experiences, you're seeking to find out what is your special banner. What is your unique and special purpose? The purpose of the banners in the wilderness was to clarify the mission of each person. One tribe bears the banner of Torah, another tribe bears the banner of labor, another of good deeds. Each one different, but then they come together and it creates a powerful community, a whole unit. And this is a hint to future generations. Each person has his or her own task and way of life. There's no one who does not have a banner that he or she belongs to. A person must look after his own banner, not exchange it for issues that are not her tasks or her beliefs. When a person finds out what his or her mission in this world is, you have indeed found the secret to life. So you will all go off with several banners. We don't have just one banner. Digalim, banners which give you a direction and an identity. You will all go off with a banner, the degel of your family. Your family has created a special imprint upon you. Values, morals, commitments. You'll all go off with the degel, the banner of your Jewish community. The commitment it has to each other, to the community, to the Jewish people, and to Israel. So keep these banners clearly displayed in how you act and what you invest your time into. I'm going to tell you something that I didn't have to say 10 or 15 years ago. Many of you, not all, but many of you will encounter on many of the campuses you will go to an animosity towards Israel and a negative attitude towards religion. It's a shocking thing to have to say, but it's a reality. You will need to wave those banners that you bring with you from your family, from your homes, from your synagogues. Wave them high. Make sure you know that those banners are part of who you are and what direction you are headed. As you grow and learn and experience, new banners will be added to your life. But always keep the ones that you bring with you in the forefront, because they are your true banner, your true mission and purpose. Tomorrow night, we start the Festival of Shavuot. God gives the Jewish people the Torah, gives us the mission of living by its precepts and its teachings, and gives us the mission to bring it to the world. No other moral and ethical code has ever been created which is more true, more beneficial, more holy than the teachings of the Bible, of what we call the Hebrew Bible and what the world calls the Old Testament. We will read the Ten Commandments on Sunday, the most fundamental teachings for humanity. No society can be just, no society can be moral, no society can be compassionate without those 10 commandments. They changed the entire Western world. They gave the world hope. We gave them to the world. Moses brought them down from Mount Sinai. We made them our heritage, and we taught them to the world. They are the building blocks of civilization. That's the banner you carry, the banner of the Jewish people and the Torah we have taught to the world. Carry it high, carry it proudly, the banner of your home, the banner of your family, the banner of your community, the banner of Torah. Carry it proudly. It will guide you and bring you respect and success wherever you go in life, and it will help you find that special mission that you are uniquely qualified and uniquely ready to perform in your lives. So what I'd like to do is ask our graduates to join us on the bima. Bring your Likrat Shabbat prayer book with you. I don't know how many here because the rain certainly changed a few people's lives. So, do we have a few of our graduates here? Yeah? Bring your prayer book, because we're going to read, congregations will all read a prayer together. We're going to turn to page 67. Yeah, right here. So we're going to read responsively on page 67 and then celebrate with a Shechianu. The top of the page, congregation will begin, and the graduates will respond. You got that page? In the back of the prayer book, the blue pages. There's a second set there? It says, for joyous occasions. That's what this is. There's 5 different editions of this book. That's why if you have a different one, it's hard to find. We begin. This is the day which the Lord has made. On it, let us rejoice and be glad. Graduates, what can I give?
can I give the Lord for all God's goodness to me?
Let us serve the Lord with gladness. Let us come before the Lord with gratitude.
It is good to thank you, O Lord, to sing praises to your name.
Praise be God's name, now and evermore.
Teach us to number our days, that we may get us a heart of wisdom.
Happy are they who are upright, who walk in the law of the Lord.
Praised are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has blessed us with life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this day.
Shehechianu.
ברוך אתה, אדוני אלוהינו, מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה, אדוני אלוהינו, מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
So, if our graduates will come up and open the ark for Aleinu, congregation, please rise.
עלינו לשבח לדרון הכל,
לתת גדולה ליוסף בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המעולם,
ואנחנו קוראים
משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש.
הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל,
ושכין הכוזו, ושכין הכוזו, בגורי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו עליון, אמת מלכנו, אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, וידעת היום, ושבות אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ.
לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. May the Lord give you peace, health, happiness, and much success in a world, hopefully, at peace. We all say amen, and mazel tov to our graduates and all of the families. We're going to remain standing for a moment before we do the Mourner's Kaddish. We have the counting of the Omer, right? Tomorrow night is Shavuot. That means we've reached the end of the counting of the Omer. We are literally at that last day. The word Shavuot, the holiday, means weeks, because we count 7 weeks. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu v'tzotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer hayom tisha v'arba'im yom shehem shiva shavuot l'omer. Today is the 49th day of the Omer, which is 7 weeks. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations, the house of Israel, one to another, that those who mourn, those who have yurtzeit, remain standing for the Mourner's Kaddish. We want to extend our deepest condolences to the Gutman family, observing Shiva right now for their mom, Mary, Zichrona Livracha, a woman who was gentle, nice, caring, a true matriarch of the family, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. So when you can say that, you said a lot. Children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will carry her legacy forth. Hamakom yinachem etchem. May God grant you comfort amongst the other mourners in Zion and in Jerusalem. Yehi zichrona livracha. May her memory live for a blessing for generations to come. Kaddish is on page 184. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah. Bioma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach li'olam alamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei l'kusha b'rechu. Li'elam min kol b'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiram bi'amav v'imramein. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May be seated. Jill and Matt. Okay. Jill's still here. I love it. I love it. You know, at Beth Torah, past president, you can't go away. Past presidents just keep coming back, keep coming back.
I thought I got to retire, Rabbi.
Me too.
But Michael became president, he went on vacation, and I'm here.
Yeah, vacation before he starts his presidency. Okay.
Impressive. Good morning, good evening, and Shabbat Shalom. I don't even know what time of day it is. Thank you to Rabbi, thank you to Evelyn, thank you to Benny and Ishmael, thank you to Eric and Ariel and Gus, and is Alex back there? I'll thank him anyway. Thank you to Jenny and Marla and Andrea, got it, and Marshall and Matt next to me. Thank you to all of you being here. A very special mazel tov to our 3 bar mitzvah gentlemen. You're no longer kids. Mazel tov to all of our graduates. It is something special when we have bar mitzvahs and graduations on the same day, because it means we had a whole lot of kids running around in this building. And today we had our junior K graduation for the first time in over 2 years, which my daughter essentially graduated for the first time in 2 years because she was junior K 2 years ago and never got the graduation. But it's very special to see all of these children that have run through our halls, and it's so exciting to have all of you here with us tonight. So thank all of you for coming out in the rain. Thank you for the bar mitzvah boys for amazing service, our graduates for amazing service. And for those of you that haven't met Matt in person, Matt has been our executive director for, I don't know, about 16 months. And it's about time to bring him up to remind him that he needs to do announcements. So I'm going to turn the announcements over to Matt, and I'm just going to say, stay connected with us at www.btbrc. Have a wonderful summer for those of you that are traveling, and we hope to see you back next week.
So, as Rabbi mentioned, tomorrow night begins the holiday of Shavuot. We'll be here in person and online for the Pearl and High Tucker Tikkun Leil Shavuot, where we'll look at the Ukrainian tragedy and its direct impact on the Ukrainian Jewish community, present and future. And then on Sunday and Monday, we'll continue the observance of Shavuot, Sunday and Monday morning in person and online, and in the evening on Zoom only. We'll continue exploring Ukraine in the month of June with an activity on Wednesday, June 22nd, at Color Me Mine in Gulfstream, where we'll learn about, I'm going to mess this word up, Vyshivanka, which is the meaning behind the traditional patterns in Ukrainian embroidery. So for the artists and all of us, all ages, we're invited to attend, and registration is open on our website, which is
www.btbrc.org.
Okay. And over the summer, for the past 2 years, we've explored different countries around the world. We're going to continue that exploration this summer. We're going to be visiting with Ukraine in June. We're going to Canada in July, and we're going to Argentina in August. Each month, we're going to have a specially themed Shabbat dinner that you can order, pre-register. Information will be on our website, and there'll be other activities as well to support our exploration throughout the entire summer. As we probably realized, this past Monday was Memorial Day, which we all recognize as a holiday weekend, but there was actually another holiday that took place this weekend. Yom Yerushalayim, the day that we celebrate Jerusalem and the reunification of Jerusalem, was this past weekend as well. And we're excited to be looking ahead to being in Jerusalem this coming April with the Miami Jewish Federation as part of the mega mission that will celebrate 75 years of Israel's independence. Our goal at Beth Torah is to have 75 or more people participate in the mission. We're well on our way there, and we hope that you'll consider joining us. More information is outside in the lobby on some flyers, or you can get it on the Federation's website. Registration is open now. It's still open for the Susie Fisher ECA. We probably have a few more spots available, maybe, for Camp Simcha this summer. In addition, if there are people that are still interested in possibly working for camp this summer, you can see Jenny Buckholz, our Camp and Youth Director, in the back of the room, and she can give you more information. On behalf of the staff and the leadership of Beth Torah, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Shavuot Sameach.
Thank you. Yeah, we're keeping busy in the summer too. Wonderful.
I'm fired. He's hired.
He's okay. Nah. You've been doing a great job. Amazing. Okay, yes, that Federation mission, there's always great ways to go to Israel. You know that song, Nobody Does It Better. Nobody does a better mission to Israel than the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. It's the best in the entire country, what they produce. And it's if you're able to do it, it's an amazing experience. And 75 years will be very special to be in Yerushalayim, to be in Israel for that celebration. We'll conclude with Adon Olam on page 188.
אדון עולם,
אשר מלך,
בטרם כל, יציר נברא, התנסה, בחפצו כל, אזי מלך, שמו נקרא, ואחרי, לבדו, לבדו, לבדו,
שמו נקרא, אחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא ההוא והוא יהיה לתפארה. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל ישיר נברא, ועת עשה וחפצו כל עשה, מלך שמו נקרא, אחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה, והוא היה והוא יהיה בתפארה.
We ask you, O Lord, to grant your merciful protection to our graduates. In protection, give them strength. And in strength, grant them wise discretion. And in discretion, make them ever just. And with justice, may they mingle love. And with love of God, the love of you. And with the love of you, the love of all. Shabbat Shalom. Tzedek, tzedek tirdov, justice and only justice we must pursue. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom.